Good morning. First of all, we'd like to thank everyone for their support for our mission trip, all the prayers, and everything that you guys have supported us with. We had 42 youth and sponsors all together go on this mission trip. On the way down there and on the way back, we stayed at Thornbury Methodist Church in St. Clairsville, Ohio, and we attended worship on the way down there at that church, and it was an amazing service. After that, we headed to the South Mountain YMCA camp near Reading, Pennsylvania. And we got to stay in these rustic cabins, and it felt like we were actually camping because we didn't have air conditioning, and we had to keep our doors closed, and we couldn't have food in there because the squirrels would get in and get your food. And so that was kind of fun. And in conjunction with Little Acts of Love on this mission trip, we worked and completed 6 projects. Little Acts of Love, the head lady of it, she gave us tickets to a minor league baseball game that week too, so we got to go see one of those for free. And then we did some evening activities. Some nights we played basketball. We went swimming one night. We got to do the Zorb balls, the big balls that you get inside and you can go push them around in, and we did rock climbing too. And we got to do those for free. They donated that to us because they said we were a fun group. Every morning we did devotions around in a circle around the campfire. Well, we didn't have a fire in the morning, but that was where we did it. And then at night, we would have worship with a campfire in the middle, and we would sing, and we had a screen with all the lyrics up on it, and we had the screen hanging from a tree. Was it a sheet? Bed sheet. It was a bed sheet. That was a bed sheet. And our theme was the when, where, what, why, and how, and when can we shine our light, where can we shine our light, how we shine our light. In our scripture, they're on the back of our shirts, but it was Matthew 5:16. And on the last day, we went to Pennsylvania, and Kim Flippin gave us a walking tour because she kind of knew where everything was at. She had been there before. And we went to Christ Church, and that was where Benjamin Franklin worshiped, and they had plaques on the pews because people had to pay to have a pew for their family, and so we got to sit where Benjamin Franklin worshiped. We went to Independence Hall, and so that was, Philadelphia was really cool. And we had a few injuries on the trip, as we always do, but we had lots of fellowship too, and we had a good time.
My name's Austin. I was in group 1 with Tyler and Caitlin. We did a roof, redid part of his doors on the shed, painted the shed. And then Tyler did some closet stuff inside.
Carbon monoxide detectors.
Yeah, and then I think that was about it.
That's all we did for that.
Yep.
Oh, we got to meet a lady that went to the moon and got revived by her dog every night, and
that was Flo's name.
Some interesting stories. We're not gonna go any more into those.
Group 2?
We the only ones here?
Yep.
Boy, we had more than this on our crew. We really did.
I forgot I was in your group.
I knew we had more. Peg was my caulking lady. Go ahead.
Okay,
Tell them what we did.
so our group prepared a front porch for Carol.
Right.
Yep. And we were planning, we'll get in there, we'll pull out the floorboards, put some new ones out, and then we should be done. But while we were pulling them up, we realized there was a lot of rotting wood underneath, and one of the pillars supporting the roof fell down, and another one almost fell down. So we had to brace the roof and repair those. Well, we basically gave her a new deck, repainted it and everything.
Good job. Peg?
No, that's all right. No, you guys go ahead.
You know? Okay. My caulker, she caulked her mouth shut, too. I got to give Peg a hard time. She did a good job organizing everything this year for us, and we just appreciate what the church here did for us, your prayers, your contributions to help us go, the thoughts and prayers that were with us while we were there, we could feel them. We had a great time. You've got a wonderful group of young men and young ladies in this church that showed God's love the week that we were there. They were perfect gentlemen, perfect ladies. We had to get on to them once in a while, but, you know, kids would be kids. They got on us even, but because kids will be kids. But anyway, it was a wonderful week. What I would like to share is from our group's experience of rebuilding this lady's deck. It was a 3-day project, and we got there on Monday morning, and we had been warned, or told, not necessarily warned, but told, that this lady was very much a recluse, that Carol did not, she didn't talk with her neighbors, she stayed in her house, she didn't go anywhere, but she needed her porch repaired. So we went there Monday and we started, and we introduced ourselves to her, and she was very, very shy, very closed in. She allowed us to go in her house to use the restroom, but that was about it. Then on Tuesday, Lisa had made, where you at, Lisa? You hiding back there? Lisa had made, before we left, she made shawls or blankets, kind of like similar to our prayer shawls that the other ladies are making here. And on Tuesday, she and 2 of the girls presented Carol with a shawl, and that broke the ice. It happened to be the matching color. They picked one out that was the color of her interior of her house, and she was very pleased with that. On Tuesday, she began to lighten up a little bit. She began to talk to us, communicate with us, and just came around quite a lot. But on Wednesday, by Wednesday, she was outside talking to her neighbors. She was outside talking to us. At one point, a man and a little boy came by looking for the bird that we had unfortunately seen a cat eat earlier that morning. But, we didn't see him eat it. We saw him, we heard it squealing and the cat running with it. But anyway, so she was even talking to those folks. So she had started to loosen up. But the end of Wednesday, when we're done with the project with the homeowners, we always gather in a prayer circle and join hands and pray blessings on the project that we've done, blessings that it holds together. No, seriously, these kids do good work. But we pray that the blessings on the person that receives our gift to them from God. And Carol said to us when we were done with the prayer, she says, "You came here to fix my porch, but you fixed my heart." She says, "You restored my faith in God, you restored my faith in youth, and faith in the community." And that, folks, is what it's all about. When we take these youth and go and to see the transformation of the people. Carol herself was crying, Peg was crying, some of the girls were crying. I was almost to tears. I felt shivers go all the way through me, and I knew God was right there with us in that time. And that, folks, is what it's all about. But I want to read I use the Bible app on my cell phone all the time, and June and I use it in our daily devotion. But this just struck me when I read it this morning before coming to church, that God put this verse for today for us, for these youth. And it's more for the youth, but it's also includes you. But you are the ones chosen by God, chosen for the high calling of priestly work, chosen to be a holy people, God's instruments to do his work and speak out for him, to tell others of the night and day difference he made for you, from nothing to something, from rejected to accepted. And that's what it's all about when we go on these mission trips. Thank you, folks.
Group 3. David, Dalton, Logan.
Can't tell a group anymore.
Yeah.
So who speaks first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So we painted the entire house and fixed the sidings of a man named Barry. He had this house. It was really run down. One of his neighbors sent a request to the city hall, and so the city hall sent him a letter that politely stated, "Your house is very ugly and you need to fix it or else." So that is what we were there for. And so he came. We got there on Monday, and we found out that Sunday was actually his birthday. So he was so excited that we were fixing his house, and he was always there, just helping us out, walking around the house, telling us stories, telling funny jokes, and he offered us like drinks and stuff. He was a really nice guy.
When we finished our project, while we were there, he let us use his bathroom inside, and on the way to the bathroom, he had like this table, and he had these bears like cut out and stuff, and he did some, was it carpentry?
Yeah.
Woodwork. And at the end of the project, he said he was going to mail us these bears and customize them and like put our names on them and stuff. So he sent those for us in the mail.
Yeah. He even made me one.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. And we did a birthday party for Barry since it was his birthday on that Sunday. We decided that when we closed out, we would do a birthday party. And so we got a birthday cake, and he just thought that us doing his house and then the gifts that we gave him, it was just the best birthday present a person could ever get. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who helped make this happen. So. Okay.
Hi, I'm Lydia, and this is Ricky, and we were in group 4, and we worked with a lady named Charlene Hill, and the first thing we did was the concrete steps in the front. They were falling in, and they weren't safe to walk on, and it's not like she really went down them anyways, but she had another guy that lived with her, and he had to like climb over the railing and stuff. So we fixed those, and we built her like a deck in the back, and we trimmed her hedge and her rose bush, and we pulled a lot of weeds, and we got stung by bees. So that was mostly what we did.
It was really kind of interesting, like all the different projects on her home. The house itself was really old. She grew up there, and her parents, I feel like they owned it for a really long time. If not, they built it themselves. So her rose bush was like an heirloom pretty much because her parents had had it, and I feel like they brought it from somewhere else. So it was a really old bush, and it would grow really, really tall, and it had a mulberry tree inside of it. And it was kind of one of the first projects we did, and we were asking her, like, how do you want us to do this? And she's like, oh, just trim it just a little bit. And it was kind of like a trust building thing because she didn't want us to ruin her precious rose bush because we're just a bunch of kids coming to, work away on her property. And we did it right, and she was happy, and she kind of gave us free rein on the rest of her house. She was really happy and just fix it. And she cried probably every day because she was just so overjoyed that we were helping her, and finally she was able to her house was finally going to look better. It wasn't going to be the sore spot on the block. So.
Okay. He forced me into it. Not only that, he got me gravy all over in front of me while we was having breakfast. We started out going to the senior center that they had for us to work on, me and my 4 little lovely ladies here. And we got there, and there was another group that was doing the project. So we called, and we had to reroute our stuff, so we became nomads. So we went to this job and helped them a little bit, and went to this job and stayed there and helped them. And it was really a lot of fun. I got to hear quite a few verses of
Down by the Bay.
Down by the Bay, and I'm the kitty cat or something. I got to hear this every day on the way, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun, and these girls really, really did a good job.
My name's Emma, and this is
Aaliyah.
Emily.
Madeline.
And we worked for most of the week. We worked on Charlene Hill's house, and most of the work we did was in the back, and we scraped paint off of the walls because they were going to paint it, and before they built the deck in the back, we did the walls in there, and we cleared a lot of weeds, and we got introduced to Virginia Creeper.
Yeah, not fun.
Us 3 got it, but Emily was the lucky one. So we did that, and also in the front, we painted the railings and the pillars, and at the end of the week,
each of the groups that were working on our house presented her with the Afghan. And so she got 2 Afghans, but she also had a bunch of grapevines in the back of her yard that we cleared out, but her father had planted them, so she didn't really want them gone. But Lisa, crafty as she is, took the grapevines and made a wreath out of them, and she put orchids, like the ones you buy at Walmart, the fake ones, that are purple, were her favorite color, and then we had a plaque with Bible verse on it that we gave to her at the end of the week. And
thank you.
Oh.
I just wanted to, again, thank you for all your support throughout the year and everything that you do for the youth. It's well worth your time and your efforts also. They are a great group to be with. Everywhere we went, people were telling us, what a great group of kids you have, how polite they are. YMCA camp just loved them. They did a lot of things for us that they didn't have to do, but they said the kids were so polite and nice that they wanted to help us out. And I said, well, those polite and nice kids aren't necessarily that way on the bus. But anyway, the kids, while growing their faith and working as the hands and feet of Jesus, I think they also learned how to work together, and they've built some volunteering and service skills that are going to be useful for them in the future, I hope, and not just when they're on mission trip, but working through Ignite and just working to volunteer wherever they're at in the years to come. they, like Jay said, not only did they do a lot of rebuilding of homes and mending some of our residents' hearts, but I think they did a little bit for their own hearts. I don't think there's a one that probably couldn't say that it has changed them a little bit, and hopefully that stays with them. But again, thank you all for all your help for them, and they're very appreciative, and all the sponsors are very appreciative. Also, I need to thank all the sponsors that go, because they give up a lot of the life while they're there. You know, some of them are leaving jobs for a week when they could be taking vacation, but no, they'd rather go to the YMCA spa and walk up miles of hills all night. Anyway, so thank you very much again.
Okay.